When most people hear that just a quarter teaspoon of something can reverse gut inflammation and cleans liver toxins, they think it sounds too small to make a real difference, too simple to matter, too easy to believe. But the truth is that healing often begins with the smallest actions, the gentlest shifts, and the most humble ingredients. And what I want to share with you today is not a magic trick, not an overnight detox, and certainly not the harsh cleanses that leave you exhausted. This is something different. This is science meeting nature in the most elegant way, and it starts with a simple 1/4 teaspoon that has the power to calm the storms happening inside your gut, support your liver's natural ability to remove toxins, and reignite your body's own repair systems. Most people live with gut inflammation without even knowing it. They think bloating is normal, fatigue is normal, digestive discomfort is normal, or that a slow, heavy feeling after meals is just part of getting older. They don't realize that their gut is communicating distress, that their microbiome is begging for balance, and that their liver is working overtime to clean a river of toxins flowing through the body every day. But here's the encouraging truth. Your gut wants to heal. Your liver wants to regenerate. Your body wants to function with clarity, energy, and strength. No matter your age, it is never too late. And that 1/4 teaspoon I'm talking about is grounded in real, credible science. Spices like turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, and even clove contain bioactive compounds that researchers have studied for their remarkable anti-inflammatory and detox supporting effects. A single 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric contains curcumin, which has been shown to lower inflammatory markers in the body and soothe the gut lining. A 1/4 teaspoon of ginger can help improve digestion, reduce oxidative stress, and support the liver's natural detox pathways. Cinnamon can stabilize blood sugar and calm inflammation, while clove contains powerful antioxidants that protect your cells from toxic damage. These aren't exotic ingredients. They're simple, accessible, and incredibly powerful when used consistently. And that's the theme I want you to hold on to. The small things you repeat every day matter more than the big things you only attempt once. Healing is not about perfection. It is about the gentle nudges you give your body through food, movement, mindset, and habits that activate your natural defense systems and bring you back to a place of balance. When you add a 1/4 teaspoon of one of these healing spices to your day, maybe you stir it into warm water, sprinkle it onto your vegetables, mix it into yogurt, or add it to your morning oatmeal. You're giving your gut a calming signal. You're reducing the inflammation that makes digestion harder. You're helping your microbiome grow healthier, stronger, more diverse. And every time your gut heals, your entire body heals with it. Your energy improves. Your mental clarity returns. Your cravings begin to fade. Even your mood stabilizes because the gut and brain are deeply connected. And while your gut begins to repair, your liver quietly begins to operate more efficiently. The liver is one of the most extraordinary organs in the body. It filters everything, your food, your environment, your metabolism, and it does it nonstop. But when inflammation rises, when the gut leaks toxins into the bloodstream, when diet is imbalanced, the liver becomes overwhelmed. And this is where that small 1/4 teaspoon becomes a gift. Because these spices contain compounds that support liver enzymes, reduce oxidative stress, and help the liver perform its natural cleansing cycles with greater ease. The message here is not about adding one spice and expecting magic. It's about understanding that food is information. Every bite you take sends a message to your body, either to inflame or to heal. And when you combine these powerful ingredients with a supportive lifestyle, the transformation becomes even stronger. Eating a diet rich in whole foods, colorful vegetables, fresh fruits, legumes, fish, nuts, seeds, and olive oil allows your gut to thrive. Every fiber you eat is a prebiotic invitation for your good bacteria to multiply. Every antioxidant you consume protects your liver from cellular damage. Even something as simple as drinking more water helps your liver flush out what your body no longer needs. Gentle movement also plays a vital role. You don't need intense workouts or heavy weights. A 20-minute walk after meals can lower inflammation, regulate blood sugar, improve digestion, and support liver function. Stretching in the morning brings circulation into your core. Light strength exercises keep your metabolism active. These small habits compound into enormous benefits over time. And then there is your mindset. The way you think shapes your biology more than most people realize. Stress hormones directly increase inflammation in the gut. Worry slows digestion. Negative thinking constricts blood flow. But a calm mind, one that practices gratitude or deep breathing, sends powerful repair signals to your entire system. Healing isn't only physical. It's emotional, mental, and deeply connected to how you speak to yourself every day. And whether you are in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, or beyond, your body still listens. It still repairs. It still learns. It still grows. You are never too old to heal, never too old to change, never too old to feel better than you do today. So when I talk about a quarter teaspoon reversing gut inflammation and helping cleanse liver toxins, it's not about a miracle cure. It's about awakening your body's natural intelligence, the intelligence you were born with. It's about realizing that nature gives us tools. Simple, humble, easy to use tools that allow us to partner with our own biology. And when you combine that quarter teaspoon with nourishing meals, gentle exercise, daily hydration, quality sleep, and a mindset filled with hope instead of fear, confidence instead of doubt, compassion instead of self-criticism. Your body responds, your cells respond, your gut responds, your liver responds, and your life begins to shift quietly at first, then more obviously as days turn into weeks. You start waking with more energy. Your digestion feels smoother. Your body feels lighter. Your mind feels clearer. And that is what healing looks like. Not dramatic, but consistent. Not complicated, but intentional. Not forced, but natural. Your journey begins with a decision. And maybe today that decision is as small as a quarter teaspoon, but with commitment, with belief, with kindness toward yourself, it becomes the beginning of a healthier, stronger, more vibrant you. And that is the power of choosing healing one small step at a time. Sometimes the biggest transformations begin in the smallest, quietest places within us, in the moments we almost ignore, in the choices that seem too tiny to matter. The idea that a simple quarter teaspoon of a natural spice could set healing in motion feels almost unbelievable in a world where people look for dramatic changes and overnight fixes. But real healing has always been quiet, subtle, and deeply intelligent. Your body is not waiting for perfection, it is waiting for a signal. A gentle reminder that support has arrived. That little quarter teaspoon is not a miracle powder, but it carries compounds that speak directly to your gut, to your liver, to the systems inside you that work tirelessly without applause. And when your body receives that message, even through something so small, it begins to shift into repair mode because your biology is always listening, always responding, always trying to bring you back to balance. The gut, especially, responds faster than most people realize. When that small dose of turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, or clove lands in your system, its anti-inflammatory compounds begin soothing the irritated lining of the gut. Your microbiome reacts, your digestion begins to calm, and the inflammation that once made you feel heavy and sluggish starts to soften. The liver, meanwhile, receives relief from toxins it has been battling on your behalf, and with that burden lifted even slightly, it begins to filter more efficiently, regenerate more effectively, and support your overall vitality with renewed energy. Yet the power of this small step goes far beyond the spice itself. It becomes a symbol of something bigger, your willingness to care for yourself, your decision to take back control of your health one small act at a time. When you combine that quarter teaspoon with nourishing, colorful foods, Your body receives a burst of phytonutrients that strengthen your natural defenses. When you add a short walk after meals, your cells become more responsive, your blood sugar stabilizes, and your digestive system becomes more efficient. When you drink more water, your liver receives the hydration it needs to flush out what no longer serves you. Each small habit links with the next, and together they form a chain of healing that grows stronger every day. Even your mindset begins to shift when you commit to these small actions. You start believing in your capacity to change. You begin noticing tiny improvements, slightly better energy, smoother digestion, a calmer stomach, a clearer mind. And those small improvements add up until one morning you wake up realizing you feel lighter, cleaner, and more alive. None of this requires drastic diets, strict routines, or punishing workouts. It requires presence, commitment, and the understanding that your body wants to heal. Every cell is wired for repair, and age does not erase that ability. Whether you are in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, or beyond, your gut still responds to nourishment, your liver still regenerates, your cells still renew themselves, and your health can still rise in ways you may have forgotten were possible. That quarter teaspoon becomes a starting point, a spark, a reminder that healing does not begin with giant leaps, but with the smallest step you are willing to take. Most people move through life believing that gut discomfort is simply part of their daily routine, something they must tolerate, something that comes with age or stress or eating too quickly, and because of that belief, they ignore the signals their body is trying so desperately to send. They think bloating after meals is normal, or that the heavy, sluggish feeling in their stomach will always follow them, or that fatigue, brain fog, and irritability are just consequences of a busy life, when in truth, these are the early whispers of an inflamed and overloaded gut. But the inspiring reality is that the gut is one of the most resilient systems in the human body. It doesn't hold grudges, it doesn't give up, and it doesn't stop fighting for balance. The moment you introduce even the smallest amount of healing support, it begins rebuilding itself with remarkable intelligence. That quarter teaspoon of turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, or clove may appear insignificant, but inside your gut, it becomes a powerful message of calm, a signal that inflammation can settle, that irritation can ease, that your microbiome finally has a chance to restore its natural rhythm. These spices hold bioactive compounds that science has shown can soothe the gut lining, reduce oxidative stress, and nourish the beneficial bacteria that protect your digestive health. And when your gut receives this support, it responds faster than most people imagine. It begins repairing damaged cells, balancing digestive enzymes, and strengthening its barrier so toxins and irritants can no longer seep into the bloodstream. And as your gut starts healing, something extraordinary happens to your entire body. Your energy rises because digestion becomes smoother and more efficient. Your mood stabilizes because your gut produces the neurotransmitters that keep your mind clear and steady. Your sleep improves, your skin brightens, and even your immune system becomes more resilient because a healthy gut fuels a healthy life. The beautiful truth is that your gut does not require perfection from you. It doesn't need extreme diets or strict routines. It needs consistency, nourishment, and small, supportive choices made with intention. When you fill your plate with colorful vegetables, your microbiome celebrates. When you choose fiber, rich fruits, and whole grains, your gut lining strengthens. When you stay hydrated, your digestive system flows with ease. And when you pair these habits with light movement, like a short walk after meals or simple stretching in the morning, you help your gut process food more comfortably and reduce inflammation even further. But perhaps the most important part of your healing journey is your mindset. When you believe your gut can heal, when you understand that your body is not working against you but for you, something shifts inside you. You begin listening more closely, choosing more intentionally, and treating your body with the kindness it has always deserved. Even if you have struggled with digestive issues for years, your gut is still capable of renewal. Even if you are older, your cells still respond to nourishment. Even if you feel discouraged, your body still knows how to repair itself. Your gut wants to heal. All it needs is your willingness to support it with small, daily choices that awaken its natural strength and allow it to return to the balance it has been reaching for all along. Your liver is one of the most extraordinary organs in your entire body, endlessly working behind the scenes, filtering every drop of blood, dismantling harmful toxins, and transforming nutrients into the fuel that keeps you alive. Most people never stop to think about how tirelessly it works or how many silent battles it fights every single day. Every moment you breathe, eat, move, or even feel stress, your liver is quietly handling the chemical traffic of your life, and it never asks for recognition. But what many people don't realize is that the liver can become overwhelmed when inflammation rises, when the gut leaks toxins into the bloodstream, when processed foods and sugary drinks flood the body with metabolic stress, and when lifestyle habits constantly signal the liver to work harder than it should. Yet despite the pressure, despite the daily load, the liver remains one of the most forgiving, resilient, and regenerative organs you have. The moment you offer even a small amount of support, it begins healing, restoring, rebuilding itself with remarkable speed and intelligence. That is why something as small as a quarter teaspoon of healing spices, turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, or clove, can make a meaningful difference. These spices contain powerful compounds that lower oxidative stress, calm inflammation, and support the enzymes your liver uses to purify the blood. Inside your body, that small dose becomes a gentle relief, a tiny breath of ease that helps your liver catch up and function more efficiently. And when you pair that quarter teaspoon with nourishing foods, the shift becomes even more powerful. Leafy greens help your liver filter toxins, cruciferous vegetables activate detox pathways, berries reduce inflammation, citrus fruits boost cleansing enzymes, and healthy fats from nuts, seeds, and olive oil protect your cells from damage. These foods create a healing environment where your liver can operate with clarity instead of struggle. Add hydration to this mix and your liver receives the fluid support it needs to wash away what your body no longer requires. Add sleep and your liver begins its nightly repair cycle, undoing the damage of the day. Add gentle movement like a short walk or light stretching, and blood flow improves, allowing your liver to receive oxygen and nutrients that help it function at its highest capacity. But even more than food and movement, what your liver needs is a calmer mind. Stress hormones make your liver work harder, pushing glucose into the bloodstream and triggering inflammation. When you practice deep breathing, gratitude, or even a few moments of quiet, you lower the internal noise that burdens your liver. A calmer mind becomes a calmer body, and a calmer body becomes a healthier environment for your liver to thrive. No matter your age, your liver still regenerates, still strengthens, still repairs itself when supported. Even in your 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, your liver responds with incredible resilience when you give it the right signals. It asks for very little, yet it gives you so much. And when you choose even the smallest daily habit, a quarter teaspoon, a healthier meal, a few more minutes of movement, a breath of calm, you are not just supporting your liver, you are partnering with it, standing beside it, fighting back with it, and allowing it to protect you with the strength it has been holding for you all along. People often move through life believing that aging is a slow surrender, that energy must fade, that mobility must decline, and that health naturally slips away with every passing year. But the truth is far more empowering because science shows us that age is not the controlling force people imagine it to be. Your body is not a machine that breaks down with time. It is a living, adaptive, brilliantly designed system that responds to the choices you make every single day. even in your 50s, 60s, 70s, and well beyond, your cells still listen to nourishment. Your metabolism still reacts to movement. Your brain still rewires itself through thought, and your organs still regenerate when given the right support. And this is where the power of small habits becomes extraordinary, because huge change does not require huge effort. It requires consistency, intention, and the belief that you are still capable of improvement. That quarter teaspoon of turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, or clove may seem insignificant, but inside your body it becomes a spark for renewal, waking up your gut, reducing inflammation, and signaling your natural repair systems to activate. When you add a short walk after meals, even for just 10 or 15 minutes, your blood sugar stabilizes, your digestion improves, and your muscles wake up in ways that protect you from fatigue. When you choose colorful vegetables, reds, greens, yellows, purples, you feed your cells antioxidants that protect them from aging far more than any supplement or expensive treatment ever could. When you take deeper breaths, you lower stress hormones that speed up inflammation, giving your heart and liver a moment of peace to function with clarity. And when you add hopeful thoughts, when you choose to believe your body is still on your side, your brain releases chemicals that support healing, resilience, and calm. These small habits, repeated daily, have more impact than people expect. You begin sleeping better, waking with slightly more energy, feeling a little lighter in your body, and noticing that stiffness you accepted as normal for your age begins to loosen. Your skin glows more, your digestion smooths out, your mood becomes steadier, and your mind feels clearer, because the body doesn't stop responding just because the years pass. It responds when you give it the right signals. Age is not a wall. It is simply a number marking time, not a prediction of your future health. Your biology remains adaptable because your cells are constantly renewing themselves, constantly repairing, constantly replacing old tissues with new ones, and that process continues for as long as you live. And what determines the quality of those new cells is not your age, but your habits. What you eat, how you move, how you think, how you rest, and how you choose to show up for yourself every day. When you start treating your body with kindness, when you nourish it with healing foods, when you hydrate it, stretch it, support it, and give it small but meaningful acts of care, it responds with gratitude. You feel the difference, not in dramatic overnight change, but in gentle, steady improvements that build strength over time. The message is simple yet life-changing. Age does not decide your health, your habits do. And the moment you believe that, you reclaim a level of control and hope that can transform the rest of your life. Most people believe that transformation requires something dramatic, something overwhelming, something that shakes their entire life in one single moment. But the truth is far simpler and far more achievable. Real healing is built on the smallest choices you make every day, the quiet decisions that seem too insignificant to matter, yet slowly reshape your health from the inside out. A quarter teaspoon of turmeric or ginger, a glass of water first thing in the morning, a healthier meal with more color, 5 minutes of stretching before bed, 1 moment of calm breathing when your mind feels heavy. These tiny habits don't look powerful when you see them alone, but your body does not judge the size of your actions. It responds to the consistency of them. Every small choice tells your gut that support is here, that inflammation can settle, that digestion can flow more easily. Every small step sends a message to your liver that it doesn't have to work alone, that detoxification can move more smoothly, that oxidative stress can ease. Even your brain and your mood begin to shift because the body listens to the signals you give it, and the gentler the signals, the more sustainable the change becomes. People wait for perfect timing, for motivation to hit, for the ideal diet plan or workout schedule, but your body doesn't need grand plans, it needs partnership. It needs you to show up with small acts of care, repeated day after day. When you sprinkle a quarter teaspoon of healing spice into your food, it delivers anti-inflammatory compounds that begin reducing irritation in your gut lining. When you take a short walk after meals, even 10 minutes, your blood sugar and metabolism improve. When you choose one extra serving of vegetables, you provide fiber that nourishes your microbiome and antioxidants that protect your cells from aging. When you drink more water, your liver is able to flush toxins with greater efficiency. When you practice just a moment of deep breathing, you lower stress hormones that interfere with healing. None of these actions require intense effort, huge sacrifice, or a major lifestyle overhaul. They require intention. They require the belief that small actions count. They require the understanding that compound growth happens not when you do one big thing, but when you do one small thing again and again. And the human body responds quickly to consistency. Within days, you may feel a little lighter. Within weeks, your digestion becomes smoother, your energy begins rising, your cravings start easing, and your mind becomes clearer. Within months, the difference becomes undeniable. Your cells repair differently, your metabolism behaves differently, your mood stabilizes differently. Your entire system begins operating in harmony instead of struggle. And all of it begins with the smallest daily actions, the tiny habits that seem too minor to matter, but gradually rebuild your health from the foundation upward. Healing is not about doing everything perfectly. It is about doing something consistently. And when you allow these small actions to accumulate, when you let them build on each other, they become the force that carries you into a healthier, stronger, more vibrant version of yourself. As we come to the end of this journey, I want you to walk away with one truth. The power to heal has always been inside you. Not in something expensive, not in something complicated, not in something far away, but in the small choices you make every single day. Your body is not giving up on you. It's waiting for you. It's listening to every signal you send, every bite of food you choose, every breath you take, every thought you allow into your mind. And the moment you begin supporting it, even gently, even imperfectly, it rises to meet you with more strength than you ever imagined. You may have believed that your best days are behind you, that age or stress or illness has taken too much, but biology tells a different story. Your gut can heal, your liver can repair, your energy can return, your clarity can sharpen, your joy can rise again. And it all starts with the smallest step. A quarter teaspoon, a healthier meal, a few minutes of movement, a moment of calm, a decision to take care of yourself today instead of waiting for tomorrow. Healing is not a race, it's a partnership, and when you decide to show up for your body shows up for you in return. So take that first step. Make that one small change. Let it build. Let it grow. Let it transform you from the inside out, because the life you want is not out of reach. It begins with a choice you can make right now, and every powerful change waiting for you starts with that single, beautiful moment of saying yes to your own health, your own strength, and your own future